Gentlemen, the sun is setting. It's beginning to get dark as the rain falls here in beautiful Virginia on this January afternoon. We're here to talk about the Prime Directive. The Prime Directive is that as a man, I must never lose my temper. You will have heard this referred to in some other sessions which we've had. We talk about it in emotional self-mastery. We talk about it in learning in layers. We talk about it in a couple of different component sessions. But I'd like to spend some time talking about it specifically for these short minutes we have together now. The prime directive I would submit is a man must never lose his temper. Now, this is our goal. We will fall short of it many times. I fall short of it less and less frequently, but it still happens to me. And I will tell you, I'm 54. I think a lot of you know that. In my 20s and 30s, while I think my anger may have saved me once or twice in dangerous situations, in point of fact, it hurt me and hurt those around me far more than it ever helped. I've heard people say that, anger is like gasoline. If you fuel the right machine with it, it can save your life. But if you leave it carelessly around the house, it can burn the house down. And I would tell you that I think it's a good, apt analogy that, gasoline is an explosive and it combusts, as we all know, and the right spark can destroy your home, destroy your car, destroy your life. And anger is the same way. The prime directive reference is to Star Trek. I think it's a good one. It's apt for us, I think, as men. Our prime directive is we must never lose our temper. Now, I'm going to say something that might cause some controversy. You will note that as we look at ourselves as a complement to women, the masculine genius, the feminine genius, women can lose their tempers with impunity. And it's true, they can. Women can lose their tempers. Emotion plays a different role in a woman's life than it does in a man's. Women can say things which they may never unsay, and yet we as the masculine should take that punch and demonstrate that it doesn't get us off balance. I was going to say doesn't unhorse us, doesn't get us out of the saddle. Women, in point of fact, are given this pass because we all recognize that emotion plays a different role for women. Men, on the other hand, have to control our emotions because our emotions can lead directly to violent destruction for those around us. This is, in a way, something many of us find motivating. We like a man when we see him driven by anger to do something good. We like a man when we see him driven by anger to do something courageous. We know that anger can save our lives. We know that when we finally get angry, we may, if we direct the anger towards ourselves, if we direct the anger at an obstacle, if we direct the anger at an opponent, it can allow us to fuel that engine, fuel that machine of our own, I was going to say soldierly character, our own combatant character, our own ability to confront, stare down, fight down, beat whatever it is we're facing. Women, on the other hand, although they can do violence, especially when it comes to their children and their home, women, on the other hand, are given this pass because, in point of fact, anger doesn't release in women, as a rule, the same violence it does in men as consistently. Notice I'm not saying it doesn't release violence. It does, but not as consistently, and the violence doesn't tend to be as unequivocal. So the prime directive, this is my assertion. I expect some pushback. Come back at me. Let me know this is a dialogue. My assertion is the prime directive is we must never lose our temper, and it is a lifelong challenge. You will find that when you don't lose your temper and when you can channel that anger, you'll find it does fuel this fine machine of masculinity to accomplish amazing things. But when we allow it to rule us, it destroys our lives. It destroys those we love. It destroys those we lead. It destroys those who trust us and rely on us. Think about it. Let me know your thoughts. Challenge me on it. I'm putting it out there and I'm challenging you. Hold me accountable to what I say. Be bold, be authentic, be masculine. Drop in and see us. Thank you.